Hey guys, look, okay? This Angel today. Hey guys, look. I'm gonna actually get my schedule more together. Waking up earlier and earlier. Just to let you know, I am indeed still doing my channel. This is a face thing just to prove you that I actually am indeed still working on this. Excuse me. Just had some cereal. Look guys, alright? I think we have something else to talk about. So, sometimes I think what happens is that people tend to freak out a bit about what they're supposed to do. And sometimes wonder, what am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to work on? Stuff like that. I know people worry about that a lot, but truthfully, it's not something I try to think of too much. So I genuinely believe that if you just work as direction well enough, once you end up completing the same task you want to do. I remember once working on an art assignment. I think it was a long writing assignment, and thing was the fact that it was about like the meaning of like a certain kind of symbol in art or something like that, and basically put what was the symbological meaning of a certain piece, or like what your favorite piece's symbology meant, something like that. How do you come to that conclusion? Was the pathway of thought, everything like that? You had to figure out what leaps and bounds he did. The point was is that eventually, through trusting God and eventually just working on what he told me to do and doing what he already did tell me to do, praying about it, sure I stay consistent. With everything coming back in his path, I wandered off and working straight at it and just keep on hammering at that rock, whatever it was. Eventually I got through it. Today's Sunday, so I really can't work, but just to let you know, this was indeed me just letting you know today. And if you just keep on doing what God told you to do, and you eventually just, put your dedication to it, trust that eventually it will all turn out right. So look, right, even when the world seems to be falling to a puddle, it seems to be falling to the pool of destruction and a sea of forgetfulness, eventually will indeed appear, even though everything might seem to be in entropy, to be falling into the wind and the ethers of destruction and of annihilation. Don't worry, it will eventually come out right. Things might seem terrible, but they will eventually return back to normal. You just have to keep on working on them. Even with my schedule, I observe that too. So if you just keep on working and observing things, and if you have a schedule written down somewhere, even if you can't see it, it's a good thing to just write it down. When you write it down, you might want to write them down, get a stone, get something, just write it down, paper, whatever, so that your goals might be fulfilled. So to do, and now you might seek and understand, write in the heart what exactly you seek, write and tell your heart what you seek. So writing your seeking and your aspiration or anything like that, whatever that which you are enthused to do, that you may actually achieve, because it will be written down in your heart and will be locked into your memory by an imprint in your mind that will form a deep fissure in your brain eventually once you keep on looking at it. And that's why, I don't try to think too much about my schedule. I just know that eventually if I keep on doing what I'm supposed to do, it will eventually work out. And as for working and everything like that, just know the fact, alright, that God will indeed set these things right. Restore and fix your schedule. And that he will indeed set your life right again, okay? Set everything broken, proper in place. Be set right and be fixed, alright? Restored. Everything restored. I don't remember all the words in scripture, but I do indeed remember the fact that, whatever that is enthusiasting you, that which, how do I say this? Hmm. whichever exhilarates you, or that which let me think here about this. Yeah, so look, okay, I just believe that outright that God will indeed help you, that if you may be able to put your trust in Him, help you to be able to walk on, even through tough challenges and struggles of life and perils, help you to come forth and to, I'll word it as well as I can, but essentially to great wills, that which is in heaven, spare your neighbor, and deliver them, and to be able to help them, charitable, and not be bound by them, mercy and compassion and great compassion on them all, great thesis, and might live forever and ever, and to be able to just on and live in righteousness, live in eternity, do those wills which will go on forevermore, by the Son of God. So do I imitate emulating the good example of emulating the Son of God and His ensample in the way how He walked, and in serving others, and by doing that, in kindness, for no selfish motive, no for any vanity or any personal gain, nor sounding a trumpet before you, or an announcement, or an annunciation, or anything like that, or making any kind of, and that you might be able to just live in excellence. My bad, I got interrupted. Excuse me. And that you might be able to go forth in the excellency of God in those ways, and that is enshrined, and that which is in the exhilaration of God. They lift it up, might be able to lift up others into jubilation, give them ecstasy and happy days, and give them great times of good humor, and to just help them, at some point. Which is relax, Silorax, stir, just erratic, might be able to achieve something that, lifts them up into a state that is beyond any kind of, exhilaration or greatness that any man could experience, any kind of glorification at all. Like any gift or blessing from God, to be in such a state of peace or in such a state of upliftment, to be hoisted, that right there is something beautiful. By the way, the word in that verse was supposed to be, I think it was pre-stipulation or proposition, something like that, whatever it is. Postulation, whatever it was supposed to be something like that, like a word with that same meaning. Just, yeah, it's a bit challenging for me to remember. Really it is. The spelling's tricky. I'm not too familiar with all the words in the Bible. I have, like, issues just remembering every single vocabulary word, just be humble with you. But I do just believe that eventually if you do that, and eventually if you set your ways right, and you focus your heart on Him, humble yourself to understand if that there is a more straight way, that there is a more right way, good way than what anything you can imagine. If you just set your heart and humble yourself, cast down your idols, be faithful and stuff like that, and cast it down, sacrifice, be able to give up your spirit and your mind. If your mind is obedient to Him, then you can do that, and yeah, by putting yourself in alignment, you could figure that out. That'd be great. Peace out, guys.